Okay, so it has been a while since I last made one of these. I'm a bit out of the loop. I've been to 3 concerts since. I went to this one over 2 months ago. And despite the fact it was one of the most precious concerts I've ever been to, I was on a cycling trip while doing it. So, this footage has just been sitting there for ages. But I am committed. Anyway, it was actually this concert being on this day in York at this lovely little record shop called the FortyFive Vinyl Cafe in Micklegate in York that made me decide to take a 4-day trip up in Yorkshire and cycle the length of England's 6th longest river. Anyway, in York itself, I went and saw, for the 3rd time, Tom Bright. He is not a very well-known musician, but has got around. He's been on The One Show. He has these stories of knowing Noel and saying hello to Liam Gallagher. And his concert is basically half songs, half story time. And the atmosphere in there, there's only about 100 of us. No, probably less than that. And it meant he's able to say hello to all of us personally. He went around just before even the support act, which was his wife, got on stage. He went around and said hello to all of us. But at least a third of them knew him because Tom played at one of the audience's 50th birthday party. And the people I was sat next to, they found out about Tom Bright because they were neighbours with this guy who turned 50. And they now travel all around the country in their camper van, going to different concerts. This is why you should go to smaller concerts. Not only do you actually get to meet the artist, damn, me and Tom were wishing each other a new year a couple days ago, but you meet some of the most adventurous people in the crowd. And this couple, I think they were in their late 40s as well, and their adventurous spirit just hadn't died. Anyway, to the concert itself, the support act, Tom's wife, Tom's delightful Italian wife Leela Shy. I don't think I've been enchanted this much by a support act ever. I was sucked in by the Willswood Boys and their guitar playing when I saw Frank Turner 2 years ago. But her music is so beautiful. She sang this one song called Home because well, she's from Rome. She now lives in London. And it's all about the aspect of, well, the concept of home. It just follows you around. It morphs and becomes different things depending on your circumstance in life. And me living on a boat, home, by my contract with the CRT, changes every couple weeks. I'm currently in Brentford. In a few weeks, I'll be in another place. I absolutely loved that song.
You're not lost if you don't know where you're going. As long as you're going, the blood keeps flowing. 'Cause home has no ceiling, home has no rules. Home has no secrets, home has no rules. Not a place to look from, no lock on the door. Home only has one truth. Home lives within you.
And she sang a song with Tom on the guitar all about a son in the future that they may have and how she hopes for the best for him and wishes to raise him, whoever he is, in the most loving way possible. I thought it was so precious that they only she was singing, but they were performing a song about their future family.
'Cause Lord, the minds love around, wonder for you. And all the joy I felt, I'm held it for you. And every road I've crossed, I'm now used to lose. When the world shadows over us, here with the ray of sun.
reminded me of the Bombay Bicycle Club song Turn the World On, about Jack and his son. But there's one song Leela didn't sing that I so wish she did, because it was in Italian. She has an album out, but all the songs are in English apart from this one song. And I asked her in Italian. I finally got an opportunity to practice my Italian, and Leela said my Italian was fantastic, which was news to me because I thought it was pretty rusty. But this song, Londra, oh, it is so majestic and beautiful. I love it. I wish she sang it. It is my favourite song on her album, and I think part of that is to do with the fact that it's in Italian. So, Leela. Scriva più musica in italiano. Per favore. Okay, on to the main man himself, Tom. As always, brilliant singer, very captivating storyteller. He went pretty much through all the stories, and he did all the favourite songs. Last Night's Kebab, which sounds incredibly somber, but is actually an incredibly comical song about a young dude into old women, and said old woman is just going to rinse him of all his money. I have no idea where he got the inspiration for that.
Like eating last night's kebab, he knows it's something that he shouldn't do, but he can't help give his heart to you. Like eating last night's kebab, he knows it's something that he shouldn't do, but he can't help give his heart to you. Like eating last night's kebab.
He did Chip Off the Old Block with the man who turned 50, pretending this 50-year-old was his dad. Even though I think Tom's in his 30s, and that 50-year-old would have had to been getting it on quite young for that to be the case. And also he couldn't really sing, but that's not really a problem, because the old man parts aren't really sung. But it was brilliant nonetheless. And of course you had to sing Ode to the Pub. It is a manifestation. It's also very sad at how many pubs and also small music venues that get knocked down, turned into flats and whatever, because people can't pay the rent, because general society can't afford to go out anymore. Not because pints get more expensive, but it's down the line, the rent's getting more expensive. And people just spend more and more time at home, and we become more atomised. And I love how it's more spoken word, just mentioning, because these buildings have sometimes been here for 800 years, all the stories that have happened, all the things that if the wolves had ears they would have heard. And it's quite personal for Tom, because he was once the youngest publican, I think, in the country, at like 18 years old, which is, I mean, taking Teach 'em Young quite a little too literally maybe, but still, having a world record, having an England record by your name, that's quite the feat. And of course he ended with Bless Our Generation. Oh, Generation Alpha creeps me out. It is an issue that they're glued to iPads. And it's even like the end of, like, I'm the very oldest of Gen Z, sorry. Damn, I'm not in my 50s. I'm not the 50-year-old man who just celebrated his birthday. I'm the top of Gen Z, and even the bottom of Gen Z, they think I'm old, and like they have no concept of what a CD or a VCR or DVD was, and they've just been raised, being sucked in with the internet. And as someone who spends most of my time on the internet, and most of my life is connected to the internet, especially with like errands, it still creeps me out how glued they are to it. And then after that, that being the last song, of course there were other brilliant numbers in there like Legacy.
To my soul, to give you something of my own. I'm trying to leave my legacy. I've never been. I'm trying to leave my legacy. Won't you let me be? I'm trying to leave my legacy. Will you let me be?
If I Saw Your Shadow. Oh, And his newest single, My Church, I remember when I first listened to it on Spotify, I was a bit taken aback because it was so different to his typical, like, quite acoustic guitar stuff. And it turns out, this is one of his many stories, he was meant to release this song like 5 years ago, but his record label fucked him over, and only just now has he got like the legal rights to releasing the song. And so this song was all done like professionally, whereas his first 3 albums have all been more stripped back. And I don't know whether I like it or not. It's probably gonna have to grow on me. But the way he performed it with just a guitar, and it was fantastic. The amount of movements he did with his fingers, it was like it was bionic. I was in awe of it.
There's no room for negativity, no reasons for jealousy. And that's so metaphoric means time to steal the soul, control the masses, so in classes, let's preach love, no war, and impose we thinking anymore. It's a tangle, there's a struggle, coming at you from a different angle. In my church, in my religion, in my church,
and then after the concerts, most of us stuck around for ages, just chatting about life, how we know Tom Bright, practicing lots of my Italian, which luckily went very well. And then me, Chris and Rochelle, the couple in the camper van, and Tom and Leela were the only people left. And the couple in the caravan mentioned going to Pop World. I haven't been in a Pop World in so many years, mainly because we gave it a miss. But Tom summed it up quite well, especially for Leela, that it would have been quite an English experience. Yeah, Tom really does have a way with words in any situation. I think we'll save Pop World for another day for Leela. She'll either be mesmerised or traumatised. But talking about Leela, her mother is also an artiste, but in the more drawing sense, and she makes these postcards. This is the one I got. It's meant to be lots of different homes. Even though one of them doesn't float like mine, it's meant to be that home can be anything and anywhere, even a skyscraper. And she wrote this lovely message on the back for me in Italian. I haven't had a chance to hang this up yet, because my stove is broken. I've got the new one, but it hasn't been installed yet. But once it is installed, this boat won't be so condensation-y, and I'll be able to hang this up. But anyway, that was Tom and Leela. I will definitely be seeing them again. And I will see you in the next one.
Off my eye, right down to the core, down to the core, down to the core. I've never felt like this before. Well, let's keep this a go. Well, I'm getting no better. So before I give up the ghost, can we break bread and turn our grudge to toast? And they spoke of 50 years of could have beens and brotherly happenings.